Hello folks, this is me again, the Zulu from the UK. It is sunshine here today for a change, really nice weather. I just thought I'd shoot another film to show you a few more bits I got yesterday. If I sound ignorant, it's not my fault. A lot of these CDs were blind buys. I've heard of them, they've been mentioned a lot on the VC, but I just want to see if they live up to expectation. If not, I'll get rid of them. It's what other people have basically shown. I know Scott's shown a lot of them, Metal Mickey's shown a lot of them, and I just want to find out for myself how good they are. The first one is a DVD, but for £1 I'll pick this up anytime. This is Quadrophenia. If you're familiar with it, it's great, but it's basically the Who did the soundtrack, and it was a famous British film about mods and rockers in the 70s. And I was actually there when it all used to kick off. I remember as a kid, being born down south, it has great significance to me, because I remember all this when it all kicked off. And they made this film, and it's got a fantastic, I believe it was shot in Brighton, but they had a fantastic soundtrack. Not only that, they had a fantastic scene in it as well with Leslie Ash. I'm not going any further. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to watch the film. But if you're familiar with the film, you know what I'm talking about. But I've already got this, but I bought it again for £1. I'm not leaving it in a charity shop, and that's the back of it as well. But if you're into this modern rocker culture, it's just a great film, and fantastic. The next one I picked up was another charity shop find, and this is Meatloaf, but I've never seen this one before, so that's the only reason why I picked it up. Apparently this was all done after he fell out with Jim Steinman, and he lost his record label and went to Arista, I think it was, and he did a lot of good stuff like Modern Girl, Rock and Roll Mercenaries, but I remember this very well because I used to be a member of his fan club many years ago, and this is when he was sort of down on his luck. He wasn't the sort of the huge star he was when he did Bat Out of Hell in the first 2 or 3 albums, and he used to perform small venues in the UK, and I think he was on the road for something stupid like 10 years. And you know, he's a really nice guy, because I knew some people who met him, like, and they said he was a really nice fella. But I think he suffers asthma the same as me, that's why his vocals are a bit funny. But he's a lifelong asthmatic. But then he had that massive hit with, I think it was 2000, or I forgot what it was called now, but he went to Virgin. Then he had a huge hit, and the name of the song escapes me, and he was back into massive stardom. But I think a lot of this stuff was, I know Modern Girl was a huge hit, because that got to #2 in the UK charts. But this is the sort of stuff he used to do. But there's a couple of great live tracks as well. I think Paradise and Bat Out of Hell, they put on the end, but you get the full live version. But yeah, he's a fantastic guy. I think he's still going today. But there was a programme about him the other day on UK TV I watched, and that's what provoked me to buy this CD, because it was really fascinating. They talked about his days when he was sort of going around the small venues, and I remember him well. It was sort of you know, great, you know, he's a phenomenal artist, but I believe he had a nervous breakdown or something. But, something happened anyway. That's what it's in this TV programme. But yeah, another one I want to show. This is a band I'm getting into because of VCs. This is Iced Earth. I picked this up for a few quid. It's live in Athens. Wasn't very expensive, and I'm going to show you the back of it there. And yeah, can't wait to listen to that. The next one I want to show is a band I do love. It's a thrash band. I nearly wet myself. Well, I won't say that, but I did wet myself when I saw this. I've been after this for quite a while. This is Nuclear Assault live at the Hammersmith. Or as if you're born in the smoke or near the smoke, like I was, we call it the Hammy. We don't call it the Hammersmith, we say the Hammy. This is Nuclear Assault, alive at the Hammersmith Odeon. Fantastic band, great CD. The next one I want to show is this band. This is again Metal Mickey's fault, and I saw Scott Waters hold this one up, but I've got one of their albums. I can't remember, the name escapes me, but it's the one with the theatre covers on the front. I'm familiar with that one, but I bought this one. It's by a band called Death Angel, Killing Season this one's called, and I've got this one as well. This is called Fall From Grace. Now, I can't really talk about these albums because I've never really heard of these, I may be wrong, but this looks like a live album which got live tracks on it. Again, it's in great condition. It's come in a nice little box set, and you get all the bits and pieces with it. You get a nice little black piece in the middle, and you get some nice little booklet action, and or poster action in this case, and it looks really, really good. I shan't get it out because I've got quite a lot to show, and it'll sort of slow down the video. But yeah, I got these two, so I'm not really familiar with them, but you know, sort of like VC sort of recommendations, if you like. Another VC recommendation I've got is this band, Death. This is the first Death album I've ever owned. I got this for a song compared to what you buy for it in the generic record stores. It's over £10, but I paid approximately a third of that for that, so it was a real bargain. It's got Chuck Schuldiner, James Murphy, Bill Andrews and Terry Butler. Again, I'm late to the party with this band, so I'm going to give it a listen to, see what I think of it. This is, again, I've seen it on the VC so much. I've seen so many film videos, people talking about this band. I just want to give them a shot, see what I like them, see if they're any good, or if they live up to expectation. Another band I bought for a song was this band. I remember this band well, Faster Pussycat, and this is a pretty good one. The Power of the Glory Hole. Won't go into that much, but if you don't know what a glory hole is, Google it. Yeah, but that's the one there. Again, I haven't heard this one. This was a bit of a blind buy. I've heard the band, but I've never heard of this record. So again, another bit of a blind buy. Now, you know when you get good luck on a record dig, I had mine yesterday, and with one of my favourite German metal bands, Helloween. Now, I've got this album, Keeper of the Seven Keys. I've got this on vinyl, and I got this, I paid quite a bit of money for this, but it wasn't too sort of much. I've got this one as well. So I've got this one on both CD and record. Now, the only reason I wouldn't normally show this CD because it's quite common. The reason why I'm showing it is because you can never ever get part 2. I've been looking at it for ages, and it always seems to, when they have it in stock and part 1, they don't have part 2. But guess what I got yesterday? This is part 2. Now, this is the expanded edition as well. It's got the original album, and you get a load of bonus tracks on it as well. This absolutely, I was absolutely nearly fell on the floor when I saw this yesterday. I didn't pay too much for it either, but I used to own the album a long time ago. But if you've seen my film, you know somebody wanted a 5-finger discount in my flat and basically nicked my record collection, and I think this one went. But I'm so glad to own this again. It's a costly good album, and it's just amazing. But you get all the bonus stuff on the end as well. But I can't wait to put this one in the record player. And fantastic CD. Now, I got even luckier. I also got this one as well, Master of the Rings, because obviously somebody in the band must have been a massive Lord of the Rings fan. And you get it's the expanded edition again. You get the bonus tracks, and you get the original album as well. So I feel really humbled to pick these up, especially in part 2, because I've been after it for so long. It's just one of these funny quirks when you go record hunting. I was thinking about that when I showed that Twisted Sister one yesterday. I probably won't be able to get part 1 now, so you have to look out for that. But I don't really like doing it because you sort of spend a load of money. Because you go to Discogs, I'll almost certainly get it, but they wanted a lot of money for it. So you know, you just pay to shop around, I suppose, and be patient when you're record collecting. Then in the long run you can save yourself a lot of dosh. Got a couple more items to show you. This is one I picked up cheap as well. This is Sebastian Bach. This is his solo album, and it's got quite a good it's called Angel Down. But what made me laugh, it's got Get Off My Back, which I thought was really funny, which is sort of a word play on name. But yeah, this album's called Angel Down. Again, I know who Sebastian Bach is, but I never heard any of his solo stuff, so this is going to be interesting. See what it sounds like. And last but not least, I bought this album. I think I've got another one somewhere as well. Now, I remember this band well because when I think they're still going, but when they came out back in the day, they got sort of booed off stage. I've seen them live twice. They're always a support band. They're a fantastically good band. It's a bit like Almighty as well. They sort of got a I've seen them live. And every time they were on the stage, I bought a couple of Almighty bits yesterday. I'll show them in a future film, but they sort of got a short change. But they're a brilliantly good band, and that's this band, Thunder. And I bought this album yesterday. Again, it's one of these box sets, or you've got them live at Wacken or Wacken, or it's Wacken if you're German, 2013. And the first CD is Wonder Days. It comes in this nice little box. But I thought they were pretty, really, really good. But a lot of people, obviously, back in the day, thought they didn't like them very much. It becomes a nice little booklet. And Greg the Egg, bet you don't know what car that is. That's an old British Escort. I know that because we used to have one. And this is going back a long way because Greg will be interested. But that is an old British classic car. I think it's a Ford Escort. I'm pretty sure it's a Ford Escort. Or it might not be, but I hope it is. I'm going to be a right fool of myself. Probably John could tell me. But it looks like an Escort, maybe an early one. But yeah, you got pictures of the band, look. And really, really thick booklet as well. This band don't scrimp. You get all this information, but really meaty books, so you can have a look at. But yeah, I must have seen these band when they very first started. I think I saw them once. They were always a support band. But if you haven't checked out Thunder, please do. I'd give them a 7 out of 10 to 8 out of 10. They're just a really, really good band. They've done pretty well for themselves now. But I saw them in the really early days when they were just started. It was a bit like the Almighty as well. They were just kicking off as well. And I can't remember who they were supporting, but I know I've seen them, and they were just really, really good. But unfortunately, I know it was sort of trendy in them days to boo off the support band. I remember when I first saw Judas Priest on the Painkiller tour, Annihilator were the support band, and they had a problem the night before. Jeff Waters was on stage, but somebody had left or something, and somebody were throwing bog rolls and stuff on the stage. But I thought they were pretty good. It was sort of trendy in them days to boo the support band off stage or something. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy this instalment, and I'll see you again soon. But I might be going digging again today. I'm trying not to, but I feel the pull. But anyway, folks, take care, and Tonsian. See ya.